Today on Knife Banter, we're talking about some carbon fiber knot.
You can't use that chair.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Knife Banter. Today we're...
Still not gonna work.
Oh, fine. What's up, guys? Today on Knife Banter, we are talking about some of the coolest carbon fiber knives on the website. I've got Jamie here.
How's it going, Kurt?
What's up, man?
Dude, it's going great, and I'm happy to be on Knife Banter with you again.
Heck yeah. No, this is gonna be a good one. So explain to the people what we're doing.
Okay, so we're talking about carbon fiber knives, right? So a little bit of housekeeping. There's a few different types of carbon fiber knives, especially that we have on the table here. So there's kind of that bog standard basket weave type, but there's also, you can get shred, you can get marbled, you can get all sorts of different types. So we got some examples of each on the table that we'll show you here in a second. So I have the first one. It is the SOG Terminus XR LTE, and it is SOG because I keep saying SOG, but that's okay. I will get it eventually. So this comes in at 7.125 inches, 3-inch blade, CPM S35 VN blade in a drop point configuration. Of course, it is carbon fiber. And the cool thing about this one is it's 2.35 inches, or ounces. This one's awesome because, so the Terminus XR came out a couple years ago, and it was a pretty good knife, but I like when people or when companies take and slim things down and they lighten things up. And this is a really good example of the Terminus XR being lightened up. So it's, I think, about 30% lighter than the regular Terminus XR. So if you're looking for something, you know, a little bit more pocket friendly, a little bit lighter, not gonna weigh down your pants, the SOG Terminus XR LTE will do it for you. So
When I see that knife from a distance, I immediately think James Bond Goldfinger.
Yeah, it's kind of got that vibe to it. It's got this cool titanium nitride coating on it, obviously with the XR lock. And then all of the, I guess there's some accoutrements with the hardware too, right? So you have the gold screws and the gold pivot, and even the gold deep carry pocket clip. This one's a little bit slimmer than the OG Terminus XR, which I like a lot. So you can get this in the non-gold version, so if you're not all about that bling life, hot boy bling bling bling, you can get it in kind of the more standard looking version as well. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of this one.
That's a good looking knife. I actually really like that one.
It is cool.
Dude, maybe we should do, here's a WoW or a Knife Banter idea. Maybe we should do 007 knives.
Ooh, that'd be a good one.
007 knives through the timeline.
Yeah, what would each James Bond carry?
Do it now, please.
That'd be awesome. Okay, so I've got the next knife. I have one of my favorites, the Benchmade Mini Freek. Now, this is S90V steel, carbon fiber. This is also more of your typical basket weave carbon fiber, but the scale is milled. So there's a lot of contours and shape to it. This is an amazing knife.
Right,
we all know what it is.
You own a Freek.
I do.
Do you own a Mini Freek?
I don't own a Mini Freek.
I feel like you need a Mini Freek.
Well, okay, so here's my thing. I get the Mini Freek in my hand, and I'm like, yeah, I like that. But at that size, I want my bug out. I want my Freek to be the bigger one. Right. I like that I have the bug out for my this size knife, and my Freek for something a little more hefty.
You like to go all in. Exactly.
There you go. Exactly. 3-inch blade. Like we were talking, S90V steel and carbon fiber. It doesn't, I think this is a miss sometimes when they don't do a deep carry pocket clip.
Oh, does it not have a deep carry pocket clip?
No, not on this one. But I'm sure you could email them, and I hear they might send you one.
Maybe. We're not making any promises, but yeah, it's just that standard 3-hole pattern. So you can put a deep carry pocket clip on there if you prefer.
Yeah, so that's the Benchmade Mini Freek, and that goes for $263.50 on the website.
Love it. This next one's interesting. I love pulling out this knife every once in a while. It makes an appearance on Knife Banter and WoW, you know, every few months or so. But this is the Fox Suru, and you know what's really cool about this one? Besides the fact that it's carbon fiber. So you can get this in carbon fiber and titanium and aluminum and all that fun stuff. This one is the only knife I've ever seen that has an actual carbon fiber lock bar.
Ooh.
which is really cool, right? So there's no titanium or steel in here besides there's an insert just to interface with the blade, but the whole lock bar itself is actually carbon fiber. So the carbon fiber.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. I'm sure there's some knives out there that have this, maybe some custom makers have done it or that type of thing, but this is the only production version that I've seen. If I'm wrong about that, I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. But this is the Fox Knives Vox Suru, so it's Vox design. It comes in an overall length of 5.83 inches, blade length of 2.32 inches, Bowler M390 blade. It's a drop point. And then it's 2.12 ounces. So it's nice and light. It's a little bit on the smaller side, but it's got a nice choil, both in the handle portion, but it also has a pretty large choil up on the blade portion as well.
Now, didn't that also, I think it was Best Knife of 2018?
I can't remember which year, but yes, it did win an award at Blade Show. It was like Knife of the Year. So it was a few years ago. So this is definitely an interesting design from Fox Knives.
I feel like when that came out, it was a bit of a sleeper. Like maybe not a lot of people paid attention to it, and then once you get it in your hand, you really realize how awesome that knife is.
It's a pretty awesome, it's like a small medium knife. I don't know if I'd quite say it's small, but it's like the lower end of medium.
So maybe schmedium?
It's a schmedium.
Schmedium.
It's definitely schmedium. This goes for $269.25. You can get cheaper versions that aren't in carbon fiber, but this particular one goes for $269.25.
It's a good one. All right, guys. Next one up is the Kizer Yorkie. Now, this knife is super cool. It's a shred carbon fiber scale with the liner lock. Let's see, steel is S35VN, and it has a milled titanium pocket clip. This knife, I think, is really awesome.
Dude, I love that thing.
It's Kizer's Civivi Elementum. I'm not kidding.
Maybe.
It really is. This is a cool one. Comes right under 3 inches. Super buttery. Super buttery.
I have to say, I love what Kizer is doing with that shred carbon fiber. On that knife, you also have things like the Feist, and that area as well. I think it's one of the best implementations of shred carbon fiber out there right now.
Oh, I completely agree. And you can get one of these for $140 on the website. You want to know what? In my mind, I have a personage that is pinned to this knife.
Hey, get away from my car!
Kurt, where'd you find that car?
The parking lot?
Just a random car in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I love it. Dude, that Yorkie is pretty sweet. It's pretty classy too.
Yep, I love it.
I really enjoy that knife. That's cool. All right, so I got the next one on the table, and it might be from a company you wouldn't expect to make, a classy carbon fiber knife, but this is a Buck Sprint Pro. Interesting, huh? So this has beautiful marbled carbon fiber, and I have to say, just the action on this thing, it's so smooth.
Really?
It is so smooth, yeah. Like I said, might not be from the company you would expect, but this is pretty sweet. So this is the Buck Sprint Pro, and it comes in at 7.5 inches overall. It's 3.12 5-inch blade. You have an S30V blade steel, drop point configuration. Of course, you have that beautiful, beautiful marbled carbon fiber. Just look at it. Would you look at it?
Would you just look at it? Look at this.
And it's 3.4 ounces. Yeah, so this one surprised me. You have these cool red accents, both in the pivot and in the back spacer and in the pocket clip. So you have a reasonable pocket clip. Probably not my favorite style in the world, but I guess technically it is deep carry.
It's bold.
It is definitely bold. Yeah, we'll keep it at bold. And then you have some interesting jimping up here on the back of the blade. And you got a decent sized finger choil just for your pointer finger or whatever. But I think, like I said before, the main thing about this is it's on bearings. It is so smooth. It doesn't have much of a detent, which is interesting, but it makes up for that in just the ease, like how smooth it is on the way open, right? So you don't have to give it a lot of, you know, pressure or force or anything for it to just, you know, flip open. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it.
I am surprised that a buck is on the table.
Yep, buck made on a table. So.
And there's a lot of variety of good knives with carbon fiber.
Yeah, for sure. Like there's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't expect, let's say.
Right. I think that's awesome. That's a cool knife.
Cool. So that's the Buck Sprint Pro. Comes in at $149.99.
Awesome. Okay, this is my last one before we get into other things.
Let's see it.
Boom. It's the Southern Grind Spider Monkey. This has, I don't know, this has got to be woven, some kind of woven pattern, but it's almost like a loosely woven pattern.
Yeah.
Also, the scale is contoured, so it kind of gives it that roundish shape.
I think that's what does the, what did you say, the loosely type pattern, right?
Yeah.
Because you got that brick of carbon fiber and then they machine it out in a
Right.
contoured sense. That probably gives it those wavy lines.
Yeah, it feels like a looser stitch. Anyway, S35EN steel. The carbon fiber is milled. You start to get some texture right here towards the tail of the scale, which is awesome. I like the deep choil. Your finger really wraps there, and you actually have pretty good purchase back there on that carbon fiber milling. Got a little mini pocket clip, which I do like. Southern Grind is a USA company. They're awesome. I really like the Spider Monkey.
I think Southern Grind is criminally underrated. These knives are high quality and they're awesome and nobody ever talks about them. So if you want something that is like just great quality, workmanship, like design, everything, go check out Southern Grind because I feel like not a lot of people have them in your pocket. So if you want something different, I think they're the brand to go to.
That's a bold statement. I like it, dude, because honestly, they are really excellent quality knives and they're actually decently priced. So this one right here, the Spider Monkey with the loosely woven carbon fiber, I'm just gonna, throw that in there.
There you go,
throw
loosely
it in
woven.
the dictionary. This one is $250, $59, excuse me.
Yeah.
But such a good looking knife.
Yeah, I mean, that's about like ZT range, right? And I think they're
Right.
every bit as good a quality as ZT is. All right, is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
I have the last one on the table, and this one is kind of carbon fiber and kind of not carbon fiber, which is why it's on the table, so we can talk about it a little bit. So this is the Tenacious in laminated carbon fiber. So you kind of have a carbon fiber top,
Okay.
and then it's laminated onto a G10 scale. So if you want the carbon fiber look without the carbon fiber price, this is a good option for you. So this is the Tenacious. It comes in at 7.76 inches overall. You have a 3.39 inch blade and it's 8CR13 MOV, like pretty much all the Tenaciouses are. Tenaciouses, yes,
Tenacious.
We've had this conversation a lot and it's not Tenaciouses,
Oh.
Tenacious. It's Tenaciouses because tenacious in this sense is a noun.
If it was a group, would they be Tenacians?
I haven't thought that deeply into it yet. Actually, let's start a fight in the comments. Is it Tenacious? Is it Tenaciouses? What's the other one? I feel like there's one more being thrown around.
Tenetians.
Sure. That I don't even know. Whatever he said. Something like that.
flock of
Let us know in the comments what your
Tenacious.
thoughts on this. I have my opinions, and I know Ben and I had a argument about this like years ago, but
Yeah?
yeah. So that's the Spyderco Tenacious. There's umpteen million versions of these. You can get them in this black blade, you can get them in satin, you can get them in a bunch of different handle colors and materials and that type of thing. So check out the Tenacious. This particular one is $59.95.
That's awesome. That's great. Okay, so those are the ones we picked, but we do have a couple honorable mentions. Now, Flytanium is a brand that's been around for a long time, and they've been making some of the most epic carbon fiber scales on the market. Some of their carbon fiber is the coolest. This is a marbled carbon fiber. It looks like wood grain. It's really cool.
Yeah, what do they call it? Is it teardrop or raindrop? I think it's raindrop.
Yeah, teardrop.
Okay,
That's right.
It's one of the
That's right.
drops.
And then this is just your woven carbon fiber on a Griptilian.
Yeah.
So
I guess the cool thing about Flytanium is that if you own a knife, you know, a somewhat popular knife, let's say, if you own one of those knives and you're like, hey, I want to get in the carbon fiber game, but I don't want to buy a whole new knife, go check out Flytanium, and they probably have a carbon fiber scale for your knife, and you can slap it on there, and all of a sudden, boom, you have a carbon fiber knife.
I honestly have probably at least half a dozen sets of Flytanium scales. Couple carbon fibers for my bug outs, of course.
I was gonna say, you go hard in the paint with the Flytanium stuff in your bug outs.
Heck yeah, dude. I love the stuff they make. It's good stuff.
It is.
So, as our honorable mention, that brings us to the end of our show.
I'm so sad.
You know, but there's gonna be another one.
There's gonna be another one. Next week we'll have another one.
So, see you next week, I guess.
Something like that.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for viewing. We'll catch you on the next one. What's up, guys? You made it to the end screen. Now, if you want to see more content like this, make sure you subscribe. Also, check out the playlist for more knife content. If you want to buy these knives, jump over to bladehq.com, and we'll see you on the next one.